All right, let's pull out the bullet library here. See what I got. Ah. Maybe. CNRLs, 6mm, 112. Ooh, I do have some 110s. Whole box of 107s. 22 cal. Hybrid target 105s. It's all 22 cal. Well, if ever I needed to load up something for the zombies, I'm ready. Wasabi party people, we're back for another day of freedom. We got a big load test with the 6-dasher today. Stick around.
Put away your camel.
I don't think I need to put it away. In 2025, girls are allowed to wear their camel wherever they want and how big ever they want.
Okay, so my N140 load that I shot, that was my load, it pressured out on me. The F-class match the weekend before last, you know, it was a heat index probably 105, 110. I'm like, uh-oh, back to the drawing board. So that's what we're doing today. Here's what I have. I have the 109 grain Burger LRHT with N150, the 109 grain with Varget. Now, test before last, or one of my last videos, I was tuning in on that 150. I found my little sweet spot, I think, where this gun and this round is happy. So we're going to test that out today. And then out of curiosity, I went back to one of my first videos. I never shot a test, so to speak, with the Varget in-depth test anyway. And my barrel had maybe 50 shots down it at the time. So we're circling back with the Varget and the 109 grain Burger. Now, the 109 grain Burger may or may not work out for me. So I wanted to bring along the 105 grain hybrid from Burger. And we're testing that today with Varget. We're testing that today with N150 and N140. We're going to see how this turns out. I'm going to start with a powder and a load, and I'm going to go through that series. I think with the N150, I have 4 different charge weights. And then we'll go down and look at the target, and then we'll move on to the next powder and charge, and I'll go through that. So I have, basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shooting sessions today to play around with this. Now on that last test, the N150 got me excited. I only was doing 3-shot groups then. I've moved that up to a 5-shot group. With the Varget and the 109s, everything else is appears to be a 3-shot string that I'll be shooting today. And man, oh man, is the weather beautiful today. I love this time of year. September is my favorite month of the year. October right behind it. We're starting to get in those cool nights, warm days, cooler days, cold nights. Anytime you hear the crickets start to chirp during the day, like you hear right now, I know that favorite time of the year is upon us. Here before too long, deer season starts up in Indiana for archery. I haven't shot my bow in like 3 years. I may try to get out and do that. September is my birthday month. I think that's why I like it. On my last video, I brought up Tim and Little Crow Gunworks and this big series he did. I got some comments on that video, and you know, people will chime in and say, oh, he didn't do this, or he needs to do that, or I do this, or I do that. Tim responded. I haven't read it yet. It's a pretty long response. I'll check it out. Ultimately, guys, you know, I know enough to be accurate and dangerous, so take this for a grain of salt. This is entertainment purposes only. If you get something out of it, great. If it make you laugh, even better. You know, I'm just including you in a day of my life. I'm out here doing what I do. Today, I've got to spray a bunch of invasives, and I loaded up some rounds. I'm going to test in between doing work at the farm, you know. I call my channel the most unconventional outdoor variety channel with heavy content on shooting and freedom. Yeah. Freedom! So take it or leave it. My last video too, I said, you know, a lot less blah, blah, blah. On this one, I had some guy chime in and say, so much for less blah, blah, blah. I responded, you obviously don't get my sense of humor. This is my platform. This is my channel. Take it or leave it, y'all. I'm not here to please anybody. I'm just doing me. I would suggest that guy go back to watching the view and not razz me on my own channel. So be it. Now with all that out of the way, let's get to shooting. So all this is informational for you all, you know. I'm sure what Tim is doing is informational too. We're just trying to put stuff out there that we do. Here's how I approach it. I grab little bits and pieces from different sources and different experiences, and I put them together, and I do what works for me. Ultimately, that's what you should do too. Do what works for you, okay? How I do this, I start out at 100 yards with 3-shot groups. If something shows potential, I'll come back. I will load around that charge weight that showed potential. I'll shoot a 5-shot group. I will take the best out of that 5-shot group, and then I'll take it out to distance, and I'll shoot a string. And so it's a whole process. You know, there's not one way of doing it. There's no one right way of doing it. You just got to get out there and do it. That's it. That's the key to it. You just got to get out there and do it, y'all. All right. We are going to hop into the Vitivory N150. I have some warm-up rounds here. I just ran about 5 patches down the barrel. The last time I shot this was shooting that N150. I will say this, that stuff burns pretty clean. Just running these patches, I'm like, damn, they came out quite clean, which is awesome. Figured I'd share that with you. It is a little breezy today, and I'm getting some mirage down range here. 32 grains N150 first shot was 29.11. So speed-wise, this may not have it. Why is that not loading? There we go. Not a bad little group. Let's see what we have here. Average 29.14, SD17, ES53. Found out what these damn little bees are too. They're called hover flies. So we're gonna go down in charge weight, 31.9. Next round up is the 31.8 of N150 with the 109 grain burger. Forgot to reset my chrono. Well, this will be a 4-shot on the numbers. Absolutely no signs of pressure whatsoever on the brass. So that with that 109, 32 grains of N150 seem to be about its max. Now I've had experience in the past where I'd see signs of pressure and I go higher and see less. So who knows really. ES26, 28.95 is the average, SD of 9.9, ES of 26. All right, last of the N150, 31.7 grains, 109 grain burger. Average was 28.97, SD of 14, ES of 34. Groups aren't that great either. Now, mind you, we have a switchy wind and there's a lot of mirage downrange, but let's go down and take a look and see what this load did. Okay, 5-shot groups, 109 grain burger, N150. 32, 31.9, 31.8, 31.7. They're tall, except that one. Saw a little bit of signs of pressure with the 32, none from here on down. We'll hop in the Varget with this 109 grain. 31.5, 31.7, 31.9, 32.1, and 32.3. But I've kind of determined with this rifle, there's like a speed note around 28.50, and I think there's one at like 29.50. I think if I would have kept going down with this N150, I would have found it, but I don't know what case capacity fill size is on that type of deal. Tim goes into that too. I never really gave that a whole lot of thinking. I think that's what I ran into with my 25 Creedmoor. I'd loaded that thing down to where it was like shooting like a 25 GT, but I get these random flyers, and that's probably why. I probably didn't have a full case on that. All right, these are 3-shot groups, and first up is the 31.5 grains of Varget. Mirage is laid down some. That sun's gone behind a cloud too, which is nice. 29.33. Now we're gonna get back in that node real quick here, I think, y'all. ES at 25. Average 29.44. SD of 11. 31.7. Kind of looking like rain. Average 29.46. SD 12. ES 31. Moving up to 31.9. Average 29.53. SD of 3.6. This will be the 32.1. Average 29.85. SD 18. ES of 41. No signs of pressure on the brass with that one. This will be the 32.3. Tell you, some of that brass is fucked up after shooting it that hot. See, some of it ain't one to load. I noticed when I was resizing and put it in that shell holder, some of them wouldn't fit in the shell holder. I'd have to twist it and get a sweet spot from where that ding was. It's weird, I'll take it out of the mag and it'll load. With it in the mag, it won't. ES of 21, average 30.13, SD of 8. Let's go down and have a look at the target. And that thing works. It's annoying as hell though. Okay, here we go with the Varget, the 109. 31.5, 31.7, 31.9, 32.1, 32.3. Let's get in the 105 and the Varget. Then we'll go to the 105, the N150, and the 105, the N140. That little barrel chiller works well. You find it on the link below in my Amazon store. Hopping into the Varget, the 105 grain burger. We're going 32, 32.2, 32.4, 32.6. SD of 4, ES of 10, average 30.39, average 30.51, SD 12, ES 30, average 30.37, SD of 3, and the group tightened back up. Last one on the 105 and the Varget, this is 32.6, ES 20, average 30.73, SD 8. Now we're going to get in the N150 with the 105 and the N140 with the 105. We'll let this chill out. Let's go take a look at the target. Here's the 105 and Varget. 32 grains, 32.2, 32.4, 32.6. Get on to the 105 and N150. 32 grains of N150. SD of 14, ES of 31. Average 29.82. Average 29.74. SD of 9, ES 23. 32.4. ES of 46. Average 3009, SD of 19. Let's go down and have a peek at this N150 with the 105 grain bullet. Okie dokie, N150, 105 grain bullet, 32 grains, 32.2, 32.4. Moving on to the N140. I think I finally shook my cold. Week before this past week, and I started getting like sinuses, like a damn sinus infection type of deal. And I was hoping I'd sweat it all out at that match when it's so damn hot. And this whole past week I've been kind of fighting and everything's cutting loose, and I think I finally got over the hump with that. SD 9.6, ES 22, 29.74. I didn't clear that out. That one was 29.99. Why is it doing that? 29.97. Average 3008. Again, that is only 2 shots. SD 11, ES 22. Let's go down and take a look. If you like content like this, give me a thumbs up. If you want more of it, consider subscribing. Do it for freedom. 105 grainer in 140, 31.8, 32, 32.2. Those all group pretty consistently, you know, the N150 and the 109 grain. You look at point of impact on all four of those charges. It's right in there. Same with the Varget. The 105 in Varget kind of disappointed me. I was hoping for better with that. N150 with the 105. Yeah, they have something there. N140. I don't know. The quest continues. And there's the spent freedom today. So there's some info for me to work with. There's some info for you to work with. All this is free for you. Doesn't cost you a dime. Give me a thumbs up and a sub. Thank you so much for tuning in. Till next time, stay free, stay safe. Earlier in the week, there's a 3-shot group with the 109 grain burger and 32 grains of N150. That was 32.2, 32.4. This is 32, 31.9, 31.8, 31.7. Maybe I scrap burger altogether, go with the 107 grain Sierra.
Wakanda forever.